Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. It's the morning after the night before. Last night's game, Manchester City 1, Brentford 0. To say it was a frustrating night at the office would be an understatement. The Manchester rain appeared again. I jinxed it earlier in the daytime. I said to my mate, I'll pick you up about 6. I said, I'm buzzing, it's not raining. So I can finally watch a match where I'm not piss wet through right down to me duds. Anyway, that didn't happen. Guess what happened? I was piss wet through right down to me duds. So we got to the ground, dull, dark night, Brentford. Obviously, after the Chelsea game, we were all a little bit disappointed. We're hoping for a big reaction, a positive reaction. The team news was filtering through. No Kevin De Bruyne, no Nathan Ake. Looked like Akanji was going to start at left back. Alvarez was in the team. Oscar Bob was in the team. So there was a few disgruntled Blues in the bar hearing the news of the team that we're like, he's trolling us again, Pep. He's doing something mad again, you know what I mean? So going into the game at the beginning of the match, there was a few fans who were obviously restless. You know what the City fans are like? You know, we're a spoiled bunch when it comes to what we've been winning and trophies and that, but they're a sensitive bunch after a disappointing performance like Chelsea. And then you go there and Pep's changing the team, taking Kevin De Bruyne out and that, and you're thinking to yourself, is he doing this on purpose or wind people up? Because sometimes it does feel like Pep does things on purpose to get under people's skin. I know that sounds crazy, but he does. My dad says the same to me. He goes, he's doing that on purpose, and then he'll change something and go on a run and win the league. The rest is history. But it was a frustrating game, so frustrating. We started off okay. We were creating chances. I thought that Oscar Bob was totally different to Doku. He wasn't beating his man. He was more reserved. He was more coming back inside, keeping the play, which I think he'd been told to do, if I'm being honest. It looked like every time he got the ball, he was bringing it back inside to Bernardo. On the other side, you had Kyle Walker, who he must have got down the line about 8 or 9 times. I think every single cross Kyle tried to put in was blocked by the first man. So that was frustrating. It got to the point in the first half where I remember Akanji being about 75 yards from goal and everyone shouting, shoot. So I can understand the frustrations. You could feel it in the crowd, you know what I mean? It was tense in there, you know what I mean? It just didn't feel right from the off. And like you say, we're looking at the performance. Again, we didn't create too many chances. The goalkeeper didn't have too many saves in the first half. There's a lot of possession, but we're just lacking something. We've said it before. I believe that Alvarez, for me, is wasted in there. I don't know why he plays him there. I think we're a midfield man down. I don't think he's a midfielder. I don't think he can play behind Haaland. I feel like with Alvarez, I'd be saying to him, look, let's get another midfielder in there. Let's get Kovacic in there. Let's get Bernardo in there. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. And Alvarez needs to be an impact one for me. Bring him off the bench with 20 minutes to go if you need a goal. If you're playing in cup games like Luton away, if you want to rest Haaland, start Alvarez in a false 9. So if I'm starting Alvarez and playing a false 9 for me, Alvarez at the top of it and the rest behind him. If I'm playing Erling Haaland, Alvarez, I'm sorry, he's on the bench. Whether he comes on the right, whether he comes on in the midfield late on or comes on for Haaland, that is the role he'd have to play for me because he's played a lot of minutes this season, a lot of minutes. And he's done okay. But I do believe if we'd have had an extra man in that midfield instead of Alvarez in there, I think we play better. You know what I mean? The lineup against Copenhagen the other night is our best lineup for me. That is our best team. First 20 minutes at Copenhagen, we looked like the team that won the Champions League last year. Do you know what I mean? The defence is conceding goals. A lot of people are moaning about that. 1 minute Akanji's at left back, then he's at right back, then he's at centre back, then he's in midfield. Then 1 minute Walker's there, then he's not there. Pep has this habit of changing his back four around. You know, I don't know why. And then last season he went flat back 4 centre backs and we won everything. Surely to God now, business end of the season, the games that are coming up, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, Tottenham, all solid games. We've got to put our best side out to win them games. We can't afford to draw them. We can't afford to slip up. We've got to win them. So for me, best team. That's, in my opinion, that's it. Go for it. If we put our best team out and we fall short, so what? No problem. We fell short this season. We've been on a great run. It happens. But when you come out of a stadium frustrated because you know we haven't played our best side, or you know you can see something on the pitch not working and no one's fixing it, it gets the fans frustrated. It gets me frustrated. It gets you guys frustrated. We all start inter-rowing on social media and all that. It's a nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Brentford had set themselves up for the counter-attack. We know that. Ivan Toney up top and Wisa, big lads. They did have one big chance in the first half. I think Onyeka got through one-on-one. He shot straight at Everton. If that's against United or Liverpool or Tottenham or anyone like that, I think they're going to finish them. So we have to be really, really careful. There is at times the long looping ball can outdo us. We find ourselves having a sprint race back, trying to get back. You know what I mean? So we need to be careful with that. But other than that, Brentford were just well organised, kept the shape, trying to dig in, and basically get us on a counter attack. Half time, 0-0. Grumblings underneath, people saying, you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. I always thought in my mind we would win the game. I always thought we'd get something. But I think after the Chelsea performance, a lot of the fans are demanding a certain level of performance. They want City to go out there and steamroll someone. At the minute, it's not happening. You know what I mean? Let me have a bit of the old brew. For Erling Haaland had a good few touches in the first half, linking up play, laying it off. He got himself on a couple of headers and that. And, you know, he was in and about the mix, a lot more involved than he has been. The second half, pretty much the same. He's starting off again with a lot of possession. They make the change. Oscar Bob off for Doku. Obviously, we know Jeremy's a lot more direct. I thought when he come on, he was a little bit different. He wasn't dragging the ball into the corners, doing step overs and slowing it down. I think he was letting the ball go a little bit more and releasing it, getting involved. So I thought he did okay when he came on. And then the goal, do you know what I mean? The goal, the big break, it comes, it breaks through to Haaland. The defender slips early, takes the touch away from him, bursts through one-on-one. There's nobody more in world football that you want in a one-on-one than Erling Haaland, in my opinion, and he buries it. And that's what he does. So all them people out there that were slagging Haaland off last week for missing chances, he's just won you the game there. So I think you need an apology. Do you know what I mean? He's the only man in the world that can break Premier League records, score something like 70-odd fucking goals in 70 games for Man City and be getting criticism because he misses chances. But that's just the way people are these days, you know what I mean? The guy's entitled to have a game when he misses sitters. I remember all the best strikers in the world from years ago. Ronaldo, R9, having games when he missed. I remember Andy Cole having a stinker when United need to win at West Ham to win the league. So I'd rather him drop a stinker mid-season and get a point against Chelsea than drop a stinker at the end when we need to win the league and he misses everything that comes. So, listen, he proved everyone what he's about. Don't doubt Erling Haaland. Let's not do that. We don't need to do that. He got his chance and he finished it. Do you know what I mean? The team doesn't always play to Erling's strengths. As a striker, he is a frustrated figure. He does cut a frustrated figure there sometimes, but he works hard enough. He's ready and he's switched on all the time. He doesn't switch off. As soon as that ball came, he was in. Bang. You give him a sniff of a chance, he's in. And then it's 1-0 then. And then we started to relax. The crowd started to relax. The team started to relax. We started to knock it about a little bit. Nice. Ping the ball about. Keep possession. Make Brentford work hard. You know what I mean? Then it looked a bit like the old City. You know what I mean? Everyone had a little bit of relaxation in them. And Brentford didn't really look like they were going to score, I'll be honest. But we should have sealed it. Phil Foden with a fantastic turn in the centre. Goes through one-on-one. Bit like the Champions League final moment when he spun and turned and he found himself one-on-one. I think he was caught in 6 or 7 minds what to do. He ended up trying to round the keeper. It was the wrong decision. For me, he should have just got his shot off. He would have scored. And obviously it went for a corner and that was that. But yeah, we got the result. You know what I mean? Pep Guardiola's animated on the touchline again. The rival fans, you know, are getting on our cases again. This is what I'm saying with Pep. You know what I mean? He wasn't getting on us to sing. He was basically, the stadium was singing. I think he was saying, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. But rival fans will twist that online. The rival fans will go, oh, look, your manager's calling for you to sing and all that. It's nonsense. Do you know what I mean? But this is the shit we're getting now as a football club. This week, we've had it. The kids on the blue carpet event where they let the kids and the disabled people high five the players on the front and all that. Yeah. Somebody's filmed that, put it online and said, look, a Man City's coach greeting. It's not a coach greeting. It's an event, a blue carpet event for children to greet the players. You know what I mean? But if we had a load of dickheads there throwing bottles at the coach and flares, they'd be moaning about that. So at the end of the day, you can't win. As a City fan, you can't win. Do you know what I mean? They're moaning about the stadium announcer. The guy who's going Bernardo and all that. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It's getting a bit USA style. You know what I mean? I get it. Probably a lot of the older fans are not going to like that. The younger ones are going to like it. We've got to find a balance somewhere. Last night, before the show, Champions League games, they have a light show. Lasers on the pitch and all that. I like that on Champions League nights. I think it's great. They're doing this little one now where all the lights are flashing and there's all these blue lights around the stadium. And when we score, they flash. I don't know what that's about, people. I don't know what that's about, you know. But you've got a load of lads there in the South Stand who were trying to sing the bollocks off, and the club won't provide banners or flags or give them permission to do anything like that. But they'll let them little blue lights twinkle around outside. And is that going to make an atmosphere? In my opinion, no. Do you know what I mean? I think the communication lines between the club and the fans in the South Stand are broken. I think the 1894 are getting grief off stewards and stuff when they're doing banners and getting together to sing. I think, you know, I've said it before and I can't say it anymore. And if people at Manchester City don't like it, they don't like it. But somebody needs to speak to the fans. Somebody needs to reach out and say, look, let's have a sit down with the fans. This is the treble winning season. We've got a title run coming up. And last season, the fans, the club, the manager were together on the same page. There was a buzz around the stadium. Let me tell you this. There's no buzz there no more. Everyone's arguing. People coming up to me complaining about ticket prices, stuff like that. You know, I don't work for the club like that. You know what I mean? If they ask me to do something, I do something. But I've got no pull or power. But I want the best for the club. I want the best for the fans. So if anyone at Manchester City is watching it, which I know you are, do you know what I mean? And you might not like what I say, but I'm telling you the truth. Reach out, and I've got a long list of things and problems that people have got and concerns. And it's not a criticism of the club. It's just their opinion where things could go better and what we could do. I get we've got to do these events for the kids and that. I love all that. Get the kids involved. You know, these events with TikTokers and all that. Okay, I know that's where the club are going with it and they're getting the engagement online. I get that. But the match day experience, you ask the players what is more important. A TikToker dancing on the blue carpet or that South Stand ballooning all game and getting that team over the line. I guarantee you not one player will tell you that it's the blue carpet. They want the South Stand rocking, yeah? So focus of the club, the commercial side, let them deal with that. But people in the club, the actual match day experience need to be getting on to people like me, MCFC lads, 1894, anyone that's in that South Stand and say, right, what can we do to get this atmosphere going all game? You know what I mean? That's what we need to do. It's just frustrating for me because I could sit there and bury my head in the sand all I want and tell everyone it's brilliant in there, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people in there who go there and moan but do nothing about it. I've seen young lads stood in that South Stand that don't sing a word. Why are you in there? Because you want the atmosphere, but you don't want to add to the atmosphere. So it works both ways, lads. If you're going in the South Stand, expect to sing. You might not feel like it, but you've got to. We're there to support Manchester City Football Club. So let's get behind the team. That is all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? But it only comes so long where people are going to say, oh, Big Steve's always moaning. I'm not moaning. I'm trying to find a balance between the club I love and the fans I love. And let's meet in the middle somewhere and get it going. You know, if we can't talk as a football club between our fans and our club, then we've got no football club. You know what I mean? It's broken. We don't want that. We've always been a football club that's been inclusive. We've always been a football club that's ahead of the curve. We've always been a football club that listens to the supporters, you know. So let's listen to the supporters. Let's sort something out. Let somebody reach out. Let's talk to them. You know, I said I'd do it for free. I'll get once a month, I'll get a list of what everyone's complaining about and moaning about. And if people have got issues, they can email me, and I will go to the club once a month for free. Yeah. I'll sit down with whoever it is, not somebody who's just taking the piss, somebody important, and I will liaise with them and see what we can do, and then liaise back to the fans. I can't get more fairer than that. If there's anyone else out there that wants to do it, who's in a better position than me, no problem. You do it, or someone do it. I'm just saying I'll do it if no one wants to do it. But, you know, it is one of them things. We have got a big running coming up, massive games coming up, you know what I mean? United, Villa, Tottenham, Liverpool, etc. We need to be on it. We need to be on it. We need to be pulling in the right direction. So that's my little rant again. You know what I mean? That's not me having to go to the football club. That's me trying to open doors for people. You know, there's a lot of lads, I'm not mentioning names, who've been going to this football club for years, who are now saying to me they're not going anymore. They don't go to the away games anymore. And it's a shame, because these guys are the backbone of the supporters club who I've known for years, who every away game you see the familiar faces. They're not going anymore. So I need to know why they ain't going anymore. And the club needs to know why they ain't going anymore. You know what I mean? Because that's your heartbeat of the club there. That's the older generation that was here when this club had nothing. So they're the ones that we still need to keep involved. Because if it all goes tits up tomorrow, or we have a couple of seasons of transition, I will guarantee you the TikTokers from Korea and Thailand and places like that are all dancing around on that blue carpet won't be dancing around on our blue carpet. Whoever's winning, they'll be on their carpet. So, but John, Bill, Adge, and all the boys from back in the day, yeah, they'll be here whether there's a blue carpet, no carpet, floorboards, stone, concrete floors. They won't give a shit. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So all I'm saying is let's hope we can pull it together. We need everybody ready for it. We've got the derby coming up and that. We need to be on it with them. You know what I mean? They've hit a bit of form. They play on the counter-attack. They're going to look at us and think they can do us. We need to put them away. Liverpool at Anfield. There's never going to be a bigger game than that for me, I don't think. I think this is the season we can do it. But, you know, I don't want to go there just too early. Couple of weeks off that yet. But last night, 117 South Stand and all the boys who were trying to get it going again. Fair play to everybody. You know, near the end, it was a good atmosphere. But yeah, I'm sick of making excuses for other people and things, and I'm not doing it anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say it how it is. That's the best way. We got Bournemouth on Saturday. Going to be tough down there, Bournemouth. I don't think I'm going on Saturday. I think I've got other plans. Well, people have got other plans that have affected my plans. But yeah, I might have a bit unfortunate experience of watching it at home, which is not ideal for me, but we move. But yeah, we got the win. At the end of the day, we got the win. It's been a tough week. Everyone's criticised us. Everyone's pulling us apart in the press, slagging our coach greeting off, to the tunnel club, to the announcer, to the fans, to the empty seats. We're getting it from all angles. But it's jealousy, people. Remember that, it's jealousy. And considering we're a football club that nobody cares about, I've never seen as many people talk about us in my life, ever. Every single morning, TikTok's full of messages. Instagram's full of messages. 115, you cheated, you shit, Ireland's this, Ireland's that. I just don't know what possesses these people. You know what I mean? Imagine waking up in the morning and going on a Man United page and saying, Hoyland's shit, or your roof's leaking. Or what's the point, man? You know what I mean? What is the point? But hey ho, this is such is life. It's modern day. But listen, people, there's a good competition running on my Instagram and my TikTok. One of them wooden signs, a bit like that one there with the treble on. I'm going to give one of them away. They're worth about 120 quid. All I ask people is that you follow my socials, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and comment done on the post. I'll announce a winner on Friday. Please hit a like on the stream. It takes a couple of seconds, but it means a lot. Any Manchester City fan groups, WhatsApp groups, or anything like that on Facebook, drop the video in there. Maybe you can get some new fans over to me that enjoy watching my content. And basically, that's it. It was a great point. in the end, it was good to get the win. It was good to see Erling Haaland proving the doubters wrong. 1-0 is all it takes, 3 points. I'm sure somebody soon is going to get a ridiculous slapping from us. I can see it. I can feel it in my bones. But hey-ho, it's another win. It's another 3 points. We've got to keep on going. Leave the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the fan situation. Let me know what you think about Pep, Alvarez, things like that. Let me know. I'll try and get back to all the comments. If I can't get back to them, I'll always like them if I've read it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for your support. Let's keep on going. Bournemouth on Saturday. Come on, City. Let's go.